Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Happy Sunday night. Woo. Sorry, we full screen. Yes. Welcome in, everyone. My name is Angelina Tucci. This is Inland Empire Political News, episode number 1010. That is right. I hope everyone's having a good one. Definitely leave some comments in chat. Well, I guess we're here in this chat, but yeah, hope everyone's having a fantastic Sunday evening. We have a lot of news to cover. First off, we got Joe Alvanez coming on later tonight. We got a lot of questions for him. He's going to be running against Jesse Armendarez in the 2nd district of San Bernardino County. Yeah, hell yeah, let's go. So it's going to be a good stream. We also are going to talk about all the fires that have been happening in Southern California, but I think they are, in good state. We're gonna go over. We had some new developments with the Mission Inn. Hey, yeah, all professional. We are doing real news, real journalism tonight. Not that we don't do that every day, but So we're also going to go over the, unfortunately, new developments in the Adelanto ICE Detention Center. It is not good. Apparently, some detainees there have taken to a hunger strike. So that is crazy. And then later on in the show, we are going to be talking about some more of that San Bernardino San Bernardino Regional Housing Trust. It's been crazy. So yeah, let's get started. But be sure to hit that thumbs up like button. It's gonna, it helps me out a lot. And hit subscribe if you are not subscribed. Okay. Let's pause the music. Shout out to Dens 1000 as always. We love the Rally House music. But okay. So let's get started with the fires, right? We had the Bane fire that we watched earlier this week, which was absolutely crazy. People were evacuated, and we didn't know how serious it was going to get. There's a lot of dry weather, a lot of dry brush, a lot of everything. So it's good to see that at least the Bane fire is 89% contained. The Bane fire was happening in Riverside County on Tuesday. Almost 1,497 acres. But shout out to the firefighters. They did what they could and got it done. So so the Verona fire, that thankfully was also contained a little bit. Here we go. Let me copy this link real quick. Yeah, it is a lot of land. A lot of land. Verona fire. Oh, this one had no picture, but this is 95% contained, and it was how much acreage? This was also in Riverside County. Oh, 638 acres. Yeah. So a lot of land is burning. A lot is going on. It sucks, but hopefully, the fires that do come later on, because they are gonna come, that they are not as crazy and as scary as they have been. So next, another fire was, we covered this live on the broadcast as it was happening. The Ontario Kimberly-Clark warehouse fire that burned all the way down. I mean, we see the picture here. It's just the tilt-up walls that are up and still in place. And but other than that, the entire land is burned down. But shout out to KVCR reporter Anthony Victoria. He's been keeping an eye on it. And surprisingly, even though the fire was put out, it is still smoldering. It still smells like chemicals in the area. I personally drove around because Ontario is just right down the street from where I live. I drove around and smelled a lot of bad chemicals. It was bad. Or I should say not good, but it just was like, come on, I thought it was out, but you clearly see smoke. You clearly smell smoke too. So yeah, the air quality is definitely something that Mr. Victoria focuses on, which is great. Because like the warehouses not only brought bad air quality for, like with trucks and more increased traffic, but also, the deliveries and stuff, the air quality from those just increased traffic, right? But now it's like, dang, we have air quality to worry about because a disgruntled employee burned down the warehouse. Burned down the warehouse, and the whole thing went up in flames, and it is still burning, and it's right nearby residential, right by residential buildings. So that's crazy. Um, but let's switch to some more lighter news. I wanted to shout out some of my homies in the high desert. They recently had their so the in the high desert, it's the High Desert Pride Center. Shout out to Mario Nova and his husband. I think his name is William. I'm forgetting it, but anyways, they had their their Pride prom, which was like a free prom to go to for, you know, obviously it was Pride themed because a lot of LGBT kids, and I want to say it was also all ages. But apparently their entire event was filled, packed, had great attendance, and they are looking forward to prom next year, which I am definitely going to be going to. I hope the person I plan to ask to prom says yes. I hope she does. We'll see. But yeah, so shout out to them. You know, with all this kind of negative stuff around, I was like, we got to cover some good stuff, and that was, you know, a successful Pride LGBT prom event in the high desert, which is, you know, not always or hasn't always been that progressive, right? So yeah, I'll leave them. Leave them up here so you can check it out for a little bit, and then I want to switch into the Riverside Pride, advertised Riverside Pride 2. That is going to be taking place May 30th, so literally 1 week from today, or I mean next Saturday. I forgot today is Sunday. Wow. But yeah, so Riverside Pride is going to be happening all day. I'm going to be there with the LGBT Teamsters Committee at their booth. And so, you know, if you have time to come by Riverside Pride, it is a great event. And most importantly, it is not canceled like how Long Beach Pride got canceled. And we'll get into that because that's really crazy. I was talking with some of my elder LGBT mentors who had attended Riverside Pride like years now, right? And it is really interesting. You can look into it yourself, but basically Long Beach Pride was like a whole event, like it was a multi-day thing. It wasn't just a pride parade. Even though the city of Long Beach is going to still be doing or they still did the Pride Parade, there was a lot of drama around this Pride events. Yeah, Deviate said, did they ever give a reason why the Long Beach Pride was canceled? No, but there is a lot of speculation with money, with funding, with the alcohol industry. It's crazy. So that's why I am shouting out Riverside Pride. You know, that's IE Pride. We gotta go there. You know, go there and support. So, all right, let's hop into the next story before we run out of time. But yeah, we covered this a little bit earlier last week, I think. The historic Mission Inn in Riverside. Man, we got a lot of Riverside news today. I should just retitle the episode Riverside political news. But yeah, the Mission Inn Hotel was sold. The historic Mission Inn Hotel was sold to the Havira Tom of San Manuel. And as we expected, there's been so much drama and like skeletons coming out of the closet with all this. Like, first off, the previous owners apparently stole some artwork, right? Artwork that was in the collection of the hotel. When they sold the hotel, they did not keep the entire art collection together. So that's crazy. That it was, that it's Kelly Roberts is her name. Yeah. So apparently there was like 2 big paintings that were taken. You know, there's this, let me zoom in a little bit. Historic Charge Up San Juan Hill. It's a 1902 painting. is taken down Wednesday from the wall. Mission Inn Hotel Spa Steakhouse reportedly to become the possession of hotel owner Kelly Roberts. Yeah, but it's just like, see, this is where it always gets crazy with these museums and different collections and history collectors and stuff. They, there's no clear line between what belongs to the person, the owner of the collection, what belongs to the collection, what's their personal property, because I mean, really, in a lot of times it is a personal thing for them that starting a collection. So, that's been I'm expecting to see more of stuff like this because it's so it's so typical. Okay. Let's get into the not fun news, which is the Adelanto ICE detention center. So yeah, we mentioned the new thing is the hunger strike, but it's been a long time developing story that people are not doing okay in these detention centers, right? People are either ending up sick and not able to receive appropriate medical attention. They are getting abused by guards. They are, unfortunately, just so many harmful things are happening to them that people are fearing for their lives when they're in this detentions when they're in these centers, right? And there are people that have lost their lives. So the latest is this hunger strike here at the Geo Group. You know how much I love Geo Group. We should probably check their stocks, but the Geo Group ICE detention center in Adelanto, with more than 40 detainees, started a hunger strike on May 15th. So here we are, almost 10 days later, to demand quicker medical attention and protest meager food portions and mold in the showers, several detainees told Southern California News Group. Apparently, when they actually got to interview these people, the everyone that was being interviewed was literally in tears, crying, because it's just the facilities are so bad. There is no appropriate care. Yeah, it's bad. The Friday strike was prompted by a new report on California's ICE detention centers released by the California Attorney General's office describing conditions as cruel, inhumane, and unacceptable. We are doing this because the conditions are horrible. It's inhumane to get medical help. It takes 2 weeks. You literally have to fall on the floor in order to for this to happen, said one detained man. His name is being withheld, blah, blah, blah. The food I wouldn't feed to my neighbor's dog. The facility is dirty. Okay. It's bad. It's bad. Shout out to the Sun, the San Bernardino Sun, for writing this article. LA Times reported on it too, but LA Times had paywalled articles, so that's why we're here at the San Bernardino San Bernardino Sun. So yeah. I've worked with many detained individuals who have been forced to go on hunger strikes to protest their conditions. The response from Geo Group and ICE is nearly always to punish them, said Sophia Wench, an attorney with Public Counsel, a law firm involved in the lawsuit. They lose quote-unquote privileges like purchasing essential items from the commissary, loss access to communication with family on the tablets, and sometimes are sent to solitary confinement. So just to name a few of the horrible things that are happening to these people in the detention centers. Yeah, it's not good. And then, as we've seen and heard, Mexico's president, Claudia Sheinbaum, shout out to her, friend of the show, has been trying to do something, but I don't know if she's going to really be able to do anything or if it's just more like to raise awareness about it. But DV8 said it's literally every detention center, quote unquote, detention center that's inhumane. Yeah. These are prisons, jails, whatever. It's just, the regular prison population or regular people who are incarcerated experience horrible situations. I am not surprised that, people that were detained by immigration's customs enforcement are experiencing just as bad, if not worse conditions, because they are not even being treated as humans with due process and legal rights, constitutional rights here in the United States. So it is crazy. It's really bad. But yes, yeah, some pictures here. We saw Claudia. Here, Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum has vowed to take action after the death of another Mexican national in U.S. immigration custody. Jose Guadalupe Ramos Solano died last week at the detention center in Adelanto. There we go. The fourth fatality at the facility this year. He is the 14th migrant to have died in immigration and customs enforcement custody this year. His cause of death has still not been determined. Mexico's government is filing a legal brief as part of a class action lawsuit alleging unconstitutional conditions at the center. The number of immigrants in ICE custody is among the highest ever, with 68,000 held as of last month. Ramos Solanos was 52, died March 25th while being held at the Adelanto ICE Processing Center. Yeah, so it's bad. It's bad. And, I really hope someone is able to do something about this. But it seems like as long as America has free reign and Donald Trump is able to do whatever he wants, it seems like we're going to just have to deal with this. It's not like Claudia Sheinbaum is going to send Mexican CIA agents to come and free these Mexican nationals. Clearly these are people that want to live in America. But anyways, that's that. So let's get into this story that we were learning about and trying to understand last week. I think it was Friday, actually. Deviate said there's a lot more people who have died in the hands of ICE besides Alex Peretti and Renee Nicole Good. Exactly. There's, big spotlight on them because they were out there, and the way that they died so visibly, violently on the streets made it to the national news and was like, talk of the talk of the news for a while because it was so shocking. But there's like, even in the city of Rancho Cucamonga, there are still ICE agents trapping people at the Rancho Cucamonga's civic center where there's the courthouse, right? And that's something that, shout out again to Anthony Victoria, he's been reporting on that there's still ICE agents out and around about and around that are still harassing people. Yeah, not to make their death any smaller, but there's a lot of people that have been harmed by Donald Trump's immigration and custom enforcement's like paramilitary group, and no one's been really held accountable for it. A lot of laws have been violated, the Constitution has been violated, people's constitutional rights have been violated. It's not a good thing. So, but anyways, back into this. This is making it's confusing to me, and we're still trying to figure out. But the San Bernardino Regional Housing Trust is an organization. We watched their first ever board meeting last on Friday, and we were just everyone. Chat was in awe at what the heck was going on. Nobody knew. Um, it seemed very fishy. And by the way, I actually have a question for chat. And if you're watching this later on in the video as a comment, please leave in the comments below. Um, what how have you seen, what is with your own experience, has the amount of people living on the streets, the conditions of people living on the streets in the Inland Empire, has it gotten better? Has it gotten worse? Has it gotten more drug related? Has it gotten, what is your opinion about the unhoused, the homeless, the people who are just seem to be roaming freeways like they're walkways? What is your opinion on that whole situation? Because I swear it feels like we have governments telling us it's getting better. We have it being debated over in our gubernatorial election. We have local governments saying that they're improving it. We have San Bernardino County Board of Supervisors obviously moving money to fix the situation. And my question is, do you feel like it's actually getting fixed? Or is it getting worse? Is it government's problem to fix? Is it people's problem to fix? Like, what do you think? Because I am at a loss for words on what to say or how to solve the housing problem, which I hope to ask our guest later on what is going on or what his moves would be for fixing the housing problem. Okay. But yeah. DV8 said, people need to understand that poverty leads to crime. You grow up without anything and hardly no money. People will be desperate, and that's how robbery happens and other crimes as well. Agreed. And especially if, setting up a tent or laying on the side of the street in a parking lot is loitering and technically a crime, like how are we going to deal with it with all these people? So, again, leave a comment. Yeah, we should help those people. All right. And so I think the San Bernardino Regional Housing Trust is a step in the right direction for helping those people. I just don't know how much each individual member on the board is aligned with that same ideal, right? We had this article from the People's Record Fontana basically claiming that Inland Empire Community News did some PR work for Joe Baca Sr., who was just appointed director of the Inland Empire Regional Housing Trust, the San Bernardino Regional Housing Trust. And it's been a lot of people in places with friends who also seem to be in those same places. A lot of people who seem to be, helping out their friends. I don't know. It's like I said, developing story. I reached out to Christopher Salazar, writer of this Inland Empire Community News article titled San Bernardino County Housing Compliance Lag as Joe Baca Sr. Seeks to Unlock the Funding. Well, the People's Record Fontana claimed that Joe Baca Jr., Joe Baca Sr. have been and Jesse Armendarez, also in this picture, Aquanetta Warren, Mayor of Fontana. All of these people have been kind of been the first in line to be to sign up to appropriate the funding for fixing the homelessness problem that the state of California is asking the individual counties to do, right? So it's been back and forth. Well, I guess I shouldn't say back and forth, but it's been, like I said, a developing story. I don't know what to believe. We saw on the stream the other day how, hold on, let me pull that up real quick. We will get there. We're gonna watch my own stream on the stream. Hilarious. Hold on. Yeah, we were watching this whole this whole meeting for May, and I guess the most fishiest thing was how the board members kept insisting that majority of the work that the board is supposed to do was going to be happening behind closed doors. It was going to be happening in ad hoc committees that would not have to be open to the public. And it's kind of crazy to see these people straight up say that they do not want to have public interference or public input in discussing how to appropriate these funds, how to do how to fix this problem, right? Where it gets even more sticky is, like I said, we had the Bacas, father and son, but we had Jesse Armendarez, who has been on record basically approving to send taxpayer money to his preferred church, to his own church, right? And it was super, 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 I don't even know how to feel about it. It's just like, man, here it is in blatant paper PDF that, Jesse Armendarez voted yes to send $5 million to his church, Water of Life Community Church, to develop the CityLink campus, which hasn't actually provided housing for unhoused people or to like low income housing, affordable housing. It's just been kind of a transitional kind of center, right, where they provide resources, give have educational classes, and I imagine also religious educational classes for people that are struggling and could use those resources. But I don't know. It's complicated. I need to reach out to Jesse Armendarez and ask his team about this, but who knows? I have a feeling that people have already done that. And I don't know. We'll see if it can go anywhere, but we'll see. Okay. So last thing we need to get into before the interview is elections, right? June 2nd is the primary election. I have my ballot. Oh, wait, actually, I forgot to do one thing. I forgot to do one last thing. Let me go full screen here. I need to do one more promo. So shout out to the Teamsters 1932 again. They are going to be having their, the Black Caucus is going to be having their Juneteenth celebration June 19th at the local. My good friend Connie, who works at the Rialto Library, she's a Teamster, wanted me to promote this, and I was absolutely, how can I not promote this? So yeah, Juneteenth, like cookout type thing. There's going to be food, there's going to be entertainment. Of course, the Teamsters always love doing their raffles, and you actually have a really good chance of winning because their raffles are for fundraising. Um, so yeah, June 19th, 2026 at the local. There's the QR code if it's not too blown out to scan. Yeah, I think there is good. Yeah. Yeah, so shout out to the Black Caucus at Teamsters 1932. All right, I'm glad I did that. I've been wanting to do that on stream for a while, and I was like, better to do it on here. All right, so back to the election. The primary election is going to be June 2nd. And we have quite a few different seats to or races to watch out for. But I think, I mean, obviously we have the big governor election, which, oh my God, I don't even know. I don't even know who to vote for on that. Do not ask me. I am confused on who to vote for. So I'm trying to find my ballot. Oh, here's my stupid ballot. Yeah, I opened up my ballot. You saw me on stream, put the sticker on, and I still have not actually mailed in my ballot to vote for everything. So, I don't know. No, I'm not gonna vote for myself. Deviate. That's. I feel like should be illegal. So yeah, as you can see, the official ballot, this is the primary for the governors. There's so many people on here. Too many people. I like I said, I do not know who I'm going to vote for. Whoa, there's someone named Barack Obama who is running for governor. Hold on, let me go full screen again. Hold on. Barack D. Obama. Right there. Yep. Barack Obama, Barack D. Obama Shaw is running for governor in California. So you could vote for him. That's crazy. He's a Democrat. Man, there's so many names on here. I'm not even good. I was like, let me read all the names. But no, there's like 40 names. So yeah, there is a lot. And each person's ballot will be different. You know, like I have my lieutenant governor, and I mean, I have my county stuff. So crazy. Obama's first name is Barack. It was B.A. Barack D. Obama Shaw. I wonder, we'll have to see the night of the election how many votes he gets. Okay. All right. So yeah, let's quickly get into the different seats that are going to be running. And then I'm going to open up the Zoom call. And then whenever Mr. Joe Alvanez comes in, we will have him. We'll do that in a second though. But okay. Okay. So in Riverside County, the Board of Supervisors there has, I think, 3 seats that are three members that are up for election. 3 seats that are open, right? District 2, and we kind of know Karen Spiegel. We've watched her on stream, but not as much as I've wanted to. She's been kind of crazy, I think. But we'll have to look into her. Again, I don't live in Riverside County, so I'm not running. I mean, not voting in those races, but still entertaining to watch nonetheless. Then we have District 4, where there is Emmanuel Perez and Steve Sanchez. Perez is the incumbent. I don't know anything about him. We have not looked into individual districts. But District 5, homie is running Christian. I'm pretty sure his name is Christian. I don't know how to say that. Gutierrez is running unopposed. That's crazy. And oh my God, Deviate said we are never going to know Obama's last name. Yeah. But it's okay. So and then District 1, let me put this in chat for everyone so you can check it out on your own if you want. There's a Riverside County one, and then here is the San Bernardino County one. And it shows pretty much what's on the ballot here and like who you can vote for. You can click on the links, check out the individual people, which is good. Like they even have, so Riverside County has to vote for all these judges this election. I don't think we have to do that in San Bernardino County at the moment, but yeah, all these judges, and you know, it's like you never understand how to vote for these people. So good luck with Riverside County on that. um, but okay. Let's get into San Bernardino County. So San Bernardino County's Board of Supervisors, well, yeah, Board of Supervisors, the big race is District 2. That's the one I'm in, that we're going to have Joe Alvanez on tonight, and then against Jesse Armendarez, and then and then Jesus Sandoval. Sorry, they're all J names, which is crazy. But I think Jesus also goes by Jesse sometimes, which is crazy. And then so District 2 and District 4. Hey, Deviate, glad you're on your PC now. Heck yeah. Kurt Hagman is in District 4. He is the longtime person there. Oh, I didn't know that we were voting for sheriff. Was Riverside County also voting for sheriff? Because that would be, no, I guess they're not voting for sheriff. Because I was going to say that would be Mr. Chad Bianco. But, okay. So, yeah. San Bernardino County, there's a superintendent of schools. I think there's and then so different mayors are going through their elections, like yeah, here we go. Mayor of San Bernardino, of course, Helen Tran. Shout out to Helen Tran. I got to meet her in person. She's the incumbent there. Oh, we do have judicial election. Oof. I need to look into that then, because I did not do any research on that. All right, let me open up the Zoom call, and we'll just wait for Mr. Alvanez. Sorry. Oh, I need to start. Okay. Whoa. Okay. All right. Sorry, everyone. We're figuring this out. Here. Let's not. There we go. Thank you. Oh man, that's so big. Okay, we'll just put this to the side. Thank you. Sorry. Okay. We just gotta wait for him to come in. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry too. I was interviewing my own self. All right. So now we just wait on him. Hopefully he did not bail, but that is okay. I don't think so. We're not going to make those accusations yet. Okay, no. I think we're good. So. Okay. So yeah. Anyways, oh, you even have to vote for the Chaffee Community College District. Dang. All right, chat. Sorry. We're just waiting here. Okay. Let me clean up my tabs here. But yeah, okay, here we'll leave this up. Mr. Joe Alvanez's Instagram page. Um Homie was out door knocking today, which is crazy that he still made time for me. Hopefully. Um but yeah. Okay. Okay, okay. Let's see. I'm just checking my Instagram. Okay, I think he's logging in now. I got my questions up and ready. We are good to go. I know, exciting. Let's go. Let's go. Here, let's check out his stories. Okay, yeah. See, 10:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. They were out there, door knocking, getting out to vote. Oh, that's right, Jaws, the person running for Fontana. That's pretty cool. I'm sure she was endorsed by Bernie Sanders, which was pretty awesome. Okay, okay. All right. Actually, Joe was the person got this story from, cause I had no idea, and then this popped up, and I was like, "Damn, that's crazy." Jesse Armendarez, crazy. Deviate, you'll do fine, thank you. I guess I am a little nervous. First interview, live interview. I know. Okay. Be sure to let me get this out right. First, be sure to hit subscribe, hit the like button. It really helps out a lot, guys. Did I even hit the like button? No. There, I hit the like button on my own video. Oh, no, I can't do the Ring doorbell. But anyways, really cute campaign video. Oh, okay, I think we got him. I think we got him. Yo, Joe? Hey, okay, I see you. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Perfect. I got you live on the stream. Let me make sure the stream can see you and hear you. Yes, welcome in, welcome in. Nope.
It's a little bit better.
Okay, there. Now I think chat should be able to hear you now.
Awesome. Hi, guys.
Hey, okay, we're good, we're good. All right, thank you, Joe, so much for making the time for me. You are running for San Bernardino County Board of Supervisor in District 2.
That's right.
Heck yeah.
It's time for change, baby.
That sounds great to me. I did not know that you were endorsed by the Democratic Socialist of the Inland Empire. So that's pretty cool. Shout out to
It,
Bernie Sanders, my favorite Democratic Socialist. But yeah,
hey, mine too. Is he's responsible for so many people, like politicizing them, right? Bringing the real issues to the forefront. And
yes,
he's actually just endorsed my friend who I'm running with in tandem. She's of course running for mayor of Fontana, Jaws Sila.
that's
So
awesome.
I know, endorsed two mayors for the whole country. He endorsed her. So yeah, this
That's
endorsement by
crazy.
DSA further solidifies our commitment to people, and that's what it's about.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, sorry to not properly introduce you, but go ahead. You have you did you grow up in the IE or go ahead.
Yeah, I'll give you the background. Sure. So I'm Joe Alvanez again, running for District 2 Supervisor. I live in Fontana. Before living here, I lived in Rancho. I
Hey.
was born in La Puente. Yeah, I was
Okay.
born in La Puente, raised in San Dimas, educated at Cal State Northridge,
Hey.
and hey, yeah, and then came back here slowly, started back home, but slowly made my way east and east, just followed where we could afford, right? A lot of people in the same
That's my
situation.
parents' story. They used to live in LA, used to live in Rosemead, and now they live in Rancho. And hopefully, I could buy a house one day. I don't know. I'm looking at Hesperia, High Desert, Yucaipa. I don't know. We just have to keep moving east, but we'll see. So I'm happy to hear that you are actually one of the candidates advocating for affordable housing. Um, is that how you kind of got into politics? I know we talked about Bernie Sanders, but please tell me, what was your introduction to politics? What made you decide to run for board supervisor?
So I studied um, 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 not public administration, public sector management, right, at Cal State Northridge. So it was my background. It was what I was familiar with. I've always been passionate about politics. Obama being my first election, watching him win. In the
I
dorm
got a
rooms.
doggy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, this
Please
is Chewy.
introduce the furry friend.
This is Chewy. This is Chewbacca.
Chewbacca. Oh,
Yeah. Obviously, because he looks like Chewbacca.
that's so cute.
Yeah.
So cute. Yes,
Thank
we
you.
we are big animal fans on the channel. I have cats, but I also love dogs too. So
I've got a cat too, Smokey, somewhere around here, but they're never within
Smokey.
yeah,
Oh, that's
2 feet
cute.
of each other.
Cute.
Yeah.
Um,
Thank you.
but
So
sorry.
what got me into politics? Yes.
Yeah.
Uh, so there was the interest there. Growing up in La Puente, moving to San Dimas, we made that move because of Section 8 housing. So I
Mm,
benefited from some of the programs out there that exist that really make a difference in people's lives, and I see the value in it, and it's something that needs to continue. Um, yeah, and so I saw that, and I've always been an activist and organizer. When they started with these sweeps of ice coming
yeah.
into our neighborhoods, it just, I mean, I couldn't take it. I could not. And then the news, the stories, and then seeing it, it's just something I couldn't put up with. And I started to look at, we see cities like Chicago doing like standing up for their people. And I wanted that here, and it wasn't anywhere to be found. And I look at my elected officials, it's because they're MAGA, they're
Yeah.
Republicans, and they align there. And so I'm
Yep.
like, wow, we cannot let this continue. We have to nip this in the butt or the bud and kick their
Yeah.
butt
Look,
out.
I either way, bud or butt. You know what? I'm down for both. But yeah, it's true. The San Bernardino County Board of Supervisors, there's like maybe one Democrat, but and then the rest of
On the
them
surface.
are all
Mhm.
conservative, and like, not just, like Mitt Romney conservative. That's appropriate, acceptable conservative to a lot of liberals, right? They are like full on Second Amendment rights, pro military, pro ICE, conservative. And it's like, man, these are the people that are making the big decisions at the local level, and this is the type of ideology they have. That's crazy to me. So,
And we did this questionnaire with well, we've done it with the newspapers, and I read their answers just to see what I'm up against and see what they're really thinking and see what we're at risk of if they win. And these guys, they want to, even the Democrat wants to coordinate better with ICE. The Republican, of course, saying toeing the same line.
Yeah.
So for a Democrat to align there too, it's like we're getting no help from either side here. So yeah, I mean that's really part of why I'm doing this.
Yeah, it seems to be like a national problem, both parties, but we'll focus on the Democrats. That there's no real alliance or guidance, but I would imagine at the local level, it's probably even worse. So, tell me a little bit about the like grassroots organization you guys have done. I mean, I've seen, or you told me about Jaws running for mayor of Fontana. That's pretty cool. What else? Like, who else are you running alongside with? What's the little like coalition you guys have? It seems like I don't want to be disrespectful and call it like a coalition or when it's not or anything, but it seems really cool to me.
It's super cool, and I want to invite you to come down to our HQ, our headquarters. It's a converted warehouse space, which is totally on message. We want to repurpose these warehouses, for people for good purpose. Where we're having a mutual aid space there. We're delivering groceries to whoever can't get them. So we're doing and we're bringing a lot of different groups together. So we are running on a slate. It's myself, and Antonis. He's running for Congress. Don't ask me to pronounce his last name, please, but he's a great
Okay.
guy. He's running against Pete Aguilar, and he's not taking APAC money, which is vital in an
Yeah.
election.
Pete Aguilar is big APAC guy.
And we,
Crazy.
we got to trust. We're supposed to, trust these Democrats, right? But And so we've got us two up first in January, and then as soon as we make it past the primaries onto the general, we're also running with Jazz either for mayor of Fontana, Arturo Fuerte for city council in Fontana,
Mm-hmm.
and Kamal, he's running for treasurer. So we're really we got a slate to really just plug in and take over when
Yeah.
when the timing's right, because the time is right.
The time is right. There's a gap. There's people willing to fill it, people like yourself, and that is awesome. That's why I'm so glad you agreed to come on the stream because I want to promote that. So
Thank you.
let's get into a little bit more specific questions on the district, right? Uh, like we said, the board of supervisors are conservative. Unfortunately, they are also older. I know you are 36, right?
I'll be 37 in
You'll
September.
be
Yep.
37. That's great. I'm 33, so I'm in my 30s as well. Um, but Jesse Armendarez, he's going to be 50, and I'm pretty sure all the other board of supervisors are well within their 60s. I don't know how old Paul Cook is, but he's old.
100
A
something.
hundred something, yeah. Do you think like I would imagine, especially today, that even though there's such a push for younger people in politics, there's still this is your first like political campaign, right? This
It
is
is.
and so this would be your first elected job. Do you think that having being so young, which a lot of people would say you're not that young, do you think that that is a disadvantage, or do you think you can? Do you get along well with older people? Is what I'm trying to ask.
You kind of cut up. Get along well with who?
Oh, get along well with older people. My apologies.
Oh, okay. No, I can't hold their age against them, but their ideas need to catch up for sure. I mean, I have no problem working with anybody. I work in IT. People call me in the worst mood, and
Oh, I'm sure.
somehow we're able to end their conversation with them being in a better place. And that's my goal as supervisor, right? I have an education where current people don't. Their experience has really taught them how to benefit themselves and have these developer relationships that fund their campaigns. My own opponent, Jesse Armendarez, his budget's like 620,000, 100,000 from the GOP, developer
Wow.
after developer. Yeah. And so where we take money from is important because that is where that is who we're showing alignment with, and that's the importance of grassroots. I'm taking I'm accepting the help from neighbors, whether it's time. I mean, whether it's money. We're making our own signs. I don't know if you've seen my page, but
Yeah, we were looking
just
at a little. Yeah,
anywhere we can make a
I'm
little bit
sorry.
smarter
Go ahead.
choices. Yeah,
Smarter
anywhere we can make
choices. Yeah,
exactly.
that's cool. What do you do in IT? Because I feel like that's a broad thing, and I feel like I could come and ask you to fix my phone or fix my computer, and I know not everyone can do that. So what do you
No,
do in
I could.
IT?
I could do that. Usually you just got to turn it off, turn it back on to start with. No, so yeah, I am in a pretty niche field. It's the housing and title market, and it's a software that escrow companies use.
Ah,
And I'll tell you what about the escrow industry is it's slowing down. Business is slowing down, but
so
yeah,
people aren't buying as much houses as that's what that
that
means?
that to be expected.
Interesting. Interesting. I wonder why. I wonder why. Maybe prices are
Well,
going up, affordability,
nope.
So
I don't have BlackRock money, so you know,
So, okay, let's talk a little bit more about affordable housing. Like last week I reached out to you with this whole San Bernardino Regional Housing Trust craziness, right? Joe Baca Sr. Sitting on the board. We don't know which there's an open spot on the board of that for one of the San Bernardino County supervisors, right? I wouldn't imagine Joe Baca Jr. would be allowed to be on the board because his father is the chair. Uh, I wouldn't imagine Don Rao would take that position because she's chair of the board of supervisors. And honestly, I watch those meetings. We watch them on stream. She does all the work. Paul Cook. She's lifting Paul Cook. Carrying Kurt Hagman sometimes, and Jesse Armendarez. We watched his whole get comfortable in the board of supervisors, and now has his own little podcast. But yeah, so housing, right? How do you think, or how would you want this housing trust to work? Because I get it, I see the picture, but I don't. I see the players wanting to make moves to improve themselves, to help themselves. How would you actually make it so that way there is affordable housing that people in San Bernardino County can actually access? Sorry, that was a lot.
absolutely. No, yeah, no, we've got to we've got to call out these conflicts of interest when we're seeing them, and we've got to demand people don't put a vote where you can't because you're involved in the situation, right? Um, Part of that same story, I think you might have seen, Armendarez goes to his church in Water of Life, right? They gave them $5 million so that they can continue to purchase up land and house the homeless. Um,
Yeah, it's crazy.
but of course, they're completely non-transparent. They don't have to be. They're a church, and so we don't see where that $5 million is going, except that all over Fontana, they own more and more. So transparency is key, and that's who's got to be ahead of anything.
Yeah. Do you think affordable housing is something that the county can do? Because I mean, we keep hearing this debate at the gubernatorial level, with all that, right? The governor level with the gubernatorial race. And it's like, I don't know if it's even something government can fix because it's such a private industry. And I don't know. If you've listened to, I forget what his name is. Everyone was calling him the abundance guy. Ezra Klein. He wrote a book titled Abundance, and it was about how affordable housing is not happening because there's too much red tape, too much government involvement. So I just want to get your perspective on how do you actually think that at the county level something can be done?
I do, and it's absolutely imperative that we try and that we make it possible if it's not currently. I mean, my wife, she works for a nonprofit. She's a property management for Section 8 housing, and we have to set these rates, or she has to set these rates for rent cost. And how does she set the rate? She calls neighboring apartments, and how do they do it? They call neighboring apartments, and somewhere someone has software that's setting the rate for someone and everybody's calling and get that same rate. Okay, so can we address that? Can we affix what we call affordable housing and how we set rent standards? If we can't do it yet, it's something we should do. Now we're developing housing all the time. There's all these projects going on. Can we make sure some of them are affordable with every deal we're doing? I think it can be done, and I think it should be done at the county. because the cities aren't going to do it, so the county's got to supervise and step in somewhere.
Yeah, which is pretty ironic that in that first board meeting for the San Bernardino Regional Housing Trust, Aquanetta Warren, Mayor of Fontana, who Jaws is running against, right, declared herself to be the affordable housing queen. And I was like, oh my gosh, they're just fully like in public, just, saying these things aloud. I mean, obviously it doesn't sound bad, but it's like, okay, you made it clear that affordable housing is your game, and only you should be the one who really has control over it, right? And it's like I want more public to be involved, and it seemed like the board of that organization is very interested in just having behind the door closed meetings where I'm sure there will be more backdoor transactions of preferential contracts and whatnot. So, yeah, that's
And that's what
crazy.
15 years of experience gets you is those relationships, those intertwining, and then you get so tangled up, probably you can't untangle yourself. So
Yeah,
don't
it's
start there. So like that, duh, guys, come on. Don't sell out your community. Do your job. They pay you a pretty good salary. So stop cheating people. I mean, it's clear. I don't know. It's
yeah,
frustrating.
it's frustrating. Yeah. Like I don't know. It's like we need more housing to be built, but also there's a lot of people that want depend on the value of their house being so high. And it's like, well, then we can't have affordable housing if you need to have this house to retire on because you can't sell it at an affordable price, right? So I don't know. It's very complicated, very confusing. But yeah, I think transparency is the first right step in the direction. And we
And
clearly are
community
not having
involvement.
that. Yeah. So, okay. All right, let's talk about jobs, right? Although the Inland Empire has kind of had like, we hear about job losses a lot in the rest of the country, but the Inland Empire has been relatively steady. I don't want to say steady, but we haven't got hit like how some areas of the country have. Um, so what is your plan for jobs? Like I know like your opponent Jesse Armendarez, he's a pro small business guy, right? Are you anti small business? Are you for small business? What's the answer?
Not only am I pro small business, I am pro taxing big business. We are where planes meet trains, and that's why we are the hub of all the commerce coming from the ports through us to the rest of the country. And those are our roads. This is our air. They're not paying their fair share. So taxing them is going to be so good for the community. Making them accountable for the roads, making sure that they're not idling on our streets, making us sick. My own son has asthma. We actually took him to the emergency room last month,
Oh my
$600 copay.
gosh.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And that's Kaiser with the good insurance. So this it's nuts. And it's frustrating because I mean they're making these decisions where we're putting up more warehousing and without restriction and or accountability anyways, without setting standards for how people are going to live around it and how they're going to live working there. It's so insidious that in Fontana there's high school courses where you learn logistics, and it's like, no, you can learn that on the job. You don't need to practice that in high school. That's for what? We're going to send you to a warehouse where you may not get paid well, you may not have a union support. You I mean, you may injure yourself, and then what? So it's a terrible idea, and it's a terrible system, and we're totally doing it for the corporations to be able to use our home as their little warehouse hub so that they can ship stuff out. And they're not going anywhere because this is where planes meet trains, like I said. So we need to make sure that if they're going to do business here, that they're going to do right by us.
Yeah, I like that. Where planes mean trains, and then also the freaking big rigs, and it's just a whole mess. We could be a great like transportation hub. That's great. I love that. Thank you. I'm gonna look more into that and think about that later on. But yeah. So I read on your website that you were interested in starting this like small business trust that would like allow loans and types of things. Tell me a little bit more about that. I was really intrigued by that.
Right. So I mean, these are the kinds of things that we can come up with if we just have a little bit of creativity, right? And a little bit of decency and a little bit of hope for our community. Instead of selling them a warehouse job, we tell them, no, you want to start a business? Let's have a fund where you can get that started. Let's cut the unnecessary red tape that's preventing you from doing your job. Here in Fontana, we have people who want to provide by being vendors. And if you've heard news recently, a couple of years ago, actually, or was it a year ago? Anyways, they shouldn't have happened. They rounded them up, impounded their stuff. And so not only could they not sell, but then they had to pay to get their stuff out. And this was what because of licensing that the city wasn't giving them. The city was actually taking their applications and just putting them in a circle, not rejecting them, just keeping them in that loop of and not approved. And so how can we streamline that? Because we got to make things fair. We got to make things competitive, fairly competitive. And I'm not anti small business. I'm pro small business. I'm pro taxing big business.
Yeah, I'm sure with well, I wanted to ask with the Democratic Socialist label, has anyone like been totally like red scare turned off by that label and have been like, "Nah, I can't vote for that. I can't vote for you. You're basically a communist or something."
I haven't run into it, and I'm knocking on people's doors, meeting strangers in that look a lot different, that act a lot different, that are from even different parties, and we can find common issues and we can find common values. And right now, what it comes down to really is is all politicians, top to bottom, catering to big business and selling out residents, and
Yeah.
that's everywhere. It's the whole country, and it's here. And if it's not a warehouse, it's what looks like a warehouse. It's a data center. If it looks like that, it's going to look like a what are these detention center. It's an eyesore, and it's getting us used to these buildings. And yeah, we got to
Yeah.
change that.
It's just a bunch of concrete tilt ups. Yeah. I mean, I saw them being developed as a kid and as a teenager and now as an adult. It's just continue these concrete tilt ups. So, but
So yeah, so I mean, as a socialist, what am I asking? Yes, let's make these warehouses pay decent wages. Let's give them union support. I mean, and then I mean, I don't think there's anything scary about that. Nobody's been afraid of that.
no, yeah. Yeah, I was just curious because I'm a like I said, I'm a big Bernie supporter. I've walked around my neighborhood. Maybe it's because I live in Ranch Cucamonga, which is a little bit more conservative than Fontana, but I don't know. Northern Fontana is kind of weird.
They're like the
Um,
same.
yeah, okay. And I've worn my Bernie Sanders shirt and I've had people like, give me dirty looks or, just be like, wow, I can't believe you voted for that socialist. And I'm like, what? He just wanted affordable health care for everyone, affordable housing, affordable tuition. Like, but,
That's all.
I think that's great that,
Yeah.
especially with the younger generation, they are not afraid of that term. And you know what? They might even see that as a pro. And that's crazy. That's crazy.
We're headed in
Someone
the right direction.
yeah, someone in chat said you are very based. So, that
Power of the
whole
people.
yeah, that whole culture is super cool. All right. Um so okay, next question and then we'll get to some funner questions. What like is there one specific thing that you can point to that the current board of supervisors have done within the last 2 years or so that like you are like, I would not have done that. I would do something completely different.
I'm a my dad's a pastor. I'm a man of faith. I've been to Water of Life Church.
Mm.
This whole situation where he's I mean, not recusing himself, not that he would vote to give his own church $5 million. That is a lot of money, and that is a lot of money now that can go to a lot of different places, and that it's going to an organization that has no obligation obligation to be transparent. As a man of faith, my dad's a pastor. We get our money from tithes, and
Yeah.
that's how we give. We don't go to the government and take tax dollars because it's wrong and it's fishy and it leads to bad things.
Yeah.
We saw it when the Mormons did it, right? And now it's happening again. We look at communities like Chino, they have Calvary Chapel. We look at Fontana, we've got Water of Life. I mean,
Yeah.
yes, these are churches, and yes, some people are helped there, but come on, guys, let's be cautious.
Sometimes I feel like and this is just completely unbased claim that I'm making. I feel like sometimes County of San Bernardino has a better relationship with Loma Linda Community Health Center than they do with their own county hospital, which is crazy. And not to mention that some county departments' budgets are like less than $5 million. Like entire departments within the county. Like, I used to work at the county museum, right? And our entire budget was like under $3 million. So we're just giving away, not giving away, but with good faith that this organization is going to actually do something good with that amount of money, which is a lot of money. So,
During COVID, I think they put they took like 2 million that year of tax dollars, and they actually let us know how many people they helped that year during COVID, and it was 7 people.
seven
And
people.
yeah, and then when it was like, whoa, that's only 7 people. No, it turned to like, well, that was 7 people who were headed in a bad place, and so good thing we had this money to help them.
Wow.
And so yeah, they'll try to justify it, but
Yeah.
I mean, homelessness it's a public health issue, and it should be taken care of by yeah, but by as a public service in public health as part of government.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it
We've got to
is.
take care of people.
We
Mhm.
can't rely on charity organizations, and there's a lot of good charity, which I don't disagree with, but they don't have regular funding sources, or they, who knows, do whatever with their funding that they receive. So, but okay. All right, let's get into fun questions, and then I'll let you go because I'm sure you've had a long day. I know you were out canvassing today.
We did 2 3 hour shifts. The DSA came out. It was awesome, but I'm super sunburned, super tired. Yeah.
So, what's your dream? What's your vision for San Bernardino County, Fontana, Rancho Cucamonga, Upland? Those are the only cities that are in the district, I think, right?
It's Upland, Rancho Cucamonga, Baldy, San Antonio Heights,
San Antonio Heights. Okay.
Fontana.
Yeah.
Yeah. My vision is, well, it's it's in big part I'm running because of my kids. Growing up poor, you want better for your kids, and I'm definitely making more money than my family ever has, but still we're falling behind. So I'm hoping my kid can go to a school where he's not going to be taught things like warehouse work. Um, I want him to be able to breathe the air without it affecting his lungs. I want him to have a long life. One of our cousins who lives in Fontana, not doing too well, potentially where there's a monitor.
Oh
And I don't want that
gosh.
for my son growing up here. Um,
Yeah.
so it's going to look like a place where he can afford to live, where he is paid well for what he does, or paid fairly for what he does, where he can afford to buy a house, where he can afford to raise a family. These are the things that I want to see. That's my hope is more community, less division. Definitely no federal agents on our streets. Um, that's what I'm hoping for. A
Yeah.
brighter future.
Brighter future. Yeah. Yeah. I agree, especially with the federal agents. That has been a complete betrayal to our democracy, which is, complete betrayal to what our country was founded on. So, but okay. Sports. Are you a sports guy?
I'm a Rams fan.
Rams fan? Okay, heck yeah. I am not a sports person at all, but a lot in the community are. So, football. I know Rams is football. They just moved to Las Vegas. No, they're here in Los Angeles. They have the
They're here
new
in Los
entire.
Angeles.
Okay, that's cool.
Raiders went to Vegas.
Raiders went to Vegas. Do you have a sports hero?
Not Not at all. No, I'm only into sports when it's in season. And let's see, a hero. I mean, who's good? Who's been good to the community? I don't know. I gotta look into that.
Yeah, I
If
know.
they're making
There's
those millions, they gotta give back.
yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree. Millions, yeah. Um all right. Well, anything else that you'd like to plug? I really appreciate you coming on the stream. So please, any message or anything you have, airtime is yours.
Um, wow, guys, we're trying to bring progressive change to San Bernardino County, a county that's very sleepy and backwards in some ways. And we're starting in Fontana, where things are especially pretty corrupt. I encourage you to learn the history of Fontana, at least the last 20 years when this new mayor took over, um, because we've gone from like 100 warehouses to 300 in just the time she's been here, and then she's earned her nickname Warehouse Warren. And she taught Supervisor Jesse when he was on City Council how to do the same thing. And at his position, he is doing the same thing, and he is paying her. She is on his salary as a head of projects while being mayor, while running some kind of organization that helps promote warehouse sales too. So she's a very busy woman, and there's a lot going on, and we need to pay attention. And if you're watching this, you probably are paying attention. So I don't want to preach to the choir. I'd rather say join us, like help out, join the campaign. If you can send texts, we have something that you can help with. If you want to knock doors, if you're willing to go, speak to neighbors, that's something important you can do. We've got a long weekend coming up. This is the last week before elections, the last full week, I believe. Um, so we can use your help if you're willing to see change here. And this is my first campaign. We're going against the MAGA incumbent. It's an uphill battle. We can make it past primaries. We could even win this. People are so pissed off at the way things are going. I'm the only Joe against two Jessies, so we've got that going for us. Um, and yeah, I appreciate you taking the time to put me on the air because it is hard to get your voice heard with the way things are set up here. I've got tried going through the Democratic Party, and you get shut out because you're not part of the club for that long,
Oh
and it's a
yeah.
shame.
Yeah.
So because I mean, locally we're very Democrat heavy, but we don't vote that way apparently. So we got to wake up these people who aren't voting, let them know that change is possible, that we can see something different. And and if you live on the nice part of town, you're still in Fontana and you're still breathing the same air. And even if you're not in Fontana, if you're in the IE, the source of your problems is right over here. So come on over, help fix things. And hang out afterwards. Come check out the warehouse space we got, the mutual aid space, the shared campaign space. It's such a cool place to be,
This sounds cool.
surrounded by like-minded people who are ready for progressive change. To see, I
All
could go
right.
on, but thank you so much.
No, thank you, Joe. So yes, thank you for coming on stream. Really appreciate it. I wish you the best with your campaign. Maybe I'm feeling inspired. Maybe I'll come out there and join you guys door knocking and stuff. But again, thank you so much. So yeah, have a good rest of your Sunday evening. Have a good week. And again, thank you for coming on the stream. Really appreciate
Same to
you.
you. Same to you. I really hope to see you at the grand opening. It'd be
Yeah.
an awesome place to go live from.
Okay, we're waiting to do a IRL live stream. Maybe that'll be it.
All right, viewers in the chat, hold her to it.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
Joe. Have a
you.
good one. You and your family stay safe.
Yeah, say night, Chewy. Good night.
Bye,
We're gonna go for a walk.
Chewy.
Chewy's got a pee pee.
Good. Yes.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Have a good night, everybody. Bye
Bye.
bye.
All right, everyone. Whoa, that was amazing, wasn't it? First interview live. Let me fix this audio so that way we could go back to um that. We'll close it out right now. Hey, Stardust City Hag. Yes, that was great, wasn't it? Big shout out to Joe. Big shout out. Let me put his website in the chat. Um, that was great. He seems like I had never talked to this man before in my life. What a great man. He seems like he's just, whoops, let me not do that. Oh my gosh. He seems like he's just trying to get out there and, actually do some change, not be a career politician like how unfortunately it sounds like a lot of people are. Okay. So let me play the outro music. Thank you, Deviate. I really appreciate it. Thank you everyone for joining me here today for this almost hour and a half show. It was excellent. I had a really great time. I hope you had a great time. Please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Yes, have a good night. Placenta's in the chat. Oh my God, I can't believe I just said that, but that's okay. Everyone have a good one. Wait, we need a little bit more epic music. There we go. Okay, everyone have a good one. Have a good week. Thank you. My name is Angelina Tucci. We had Joe Alvanez on. Be sure to subscribe. Have a good night and peace out, everyone.